Coming up, we visit one of the most iconic airplanes of all time, hanging out with the Spruce Goose, and a big win for pilots in the Northeast.
Plus, hello from the other coast. I'm Tom Haynes in Santa Monica, where AOPA fires another round in the war to save the airport.
Getting a glider rating, we follow one power pilot through the process, and changing lives, telling a few lucky teens they've won a $5,000 flight training scholarship.
Yeah.
AOPA Live this week begins right now. Thanks for choosing AOPA Live this week. I'm Melissa Rudinger here in the studio.
And I'm Tom Haynes at Santa Monica Municipal Airport. Glad you could join us. We're out here for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, the fight for the airport. I'll have an update on that a little bit later. And later this week, AOPA will receive an important honor down in San Diego. We'll have that story next week. But first, back to the news of the week. Melissa?
Thanks, Tom. General Aviation is once again on the NTSB's top 10 list of most wanted transportation safety improvements. The list was designed to increase awareness of changes needed to reduce transportation accidents and save lives.
Since 1990, our annual most wanted list has been our roadmap from lessons learned to lives saved. It represents actions which, if taken, will reduce property damage, prevent injuries, and save lives in all modes of transportation.
The focus area for general aviation is once again loss of control.
Almost half of the fatal accidents are loss of control. And that's the reason why it's on the most wanted list. And it's been on the most wanted list for 2 years previous. It's going to be on for 2 more years.
General aviation is on the list despite a decrease in the accident rate.
While loss of control continues to be an issue, relatively speaking, general aviation is very safe. In fact, we've seen the 3 safest years in history between 2013, 14, and 15. And 2016 numbers are just coming in, also incredibly safe. And so we think technology, improved technology, and some innovative improvements to training are really going to do a lot to help make what's a very safe activity even safer going forward.
The NTSB also announced they'll begin releasing the list every 2 years to give transportation industries more time to implement changes.
And out here in Santa Monica, a change of another sort. As most of you know by now, city officials want to change this storied airport into a park, or so they say. The city has tried to paint this as a battle between rich, absentee aircraft owners and the little people of the city. But closing this airport would take a very human toll on real people. Ali Safal fled Iran just ahead of the revolution, and for more than 40 years he's run a small FBO and flight school here.
And all I've tried is to make safe pilots, or make the pilots that are local here familiar with the safety procedures, safety systems.
The city is trying to strangle his small business. He has no lease. He works from day to day.
So there is no security towards, well, what about my 40 years in the past? It is what it is.
But Ali vows to continue to fight.
When I talk about 40 years, it's a lifetime of myself and my family. And every day I go home, I put my head to sleep. I don't know if the next day I have another get going. Not giving up on that.
Ali's not the only one in the fight, far from it as a matter of fact. The Santa Monica Airport Association is taking the lead for local pilots.
Think of Santa Monica as really under siege. We've got barbarians at our gate in the forms of politicians and property developers that want to close the airport and turn it into another series of high-rises, just like the old Hughes Airport to the south of us. If Santa Monica closes, that immediately threatens more than 230 general aviation airports nationwide, and also directly threatens the 5,100 approximately public use airports nationwide. So really Santa Monica is a precedent-setting exercise here. If we fail here, many more airports are under threat. So again, we really appreciate AOPA's support of us. Thank you.
As part of that continuing support, AOPA President Mark Baker gave the Airport Association a check to help with some of the ongoing legal fees. But AOPA's support hasn't just been a check here and there. Bill Dunn has been heading up the charge for AOPA for more than 23 years. And Bill, what are some of the things that AOPA has been doing on behalf of Santa Monica?
Well, we're very involved in the legal aspects of the city's allegation that they don't have to maintain the airport through 2023 when they do. We've worked very closely with the local Santa Monica Airport Association to develop strategies to take the message of support for the airport to the local community where there is major support on the north side of town. We continue to be engaged with them, and we'll continue to fight this battle. We always talk to the FAA about moving the Part 16 complaints forward, getting a resolution to this, and having the city stop the shenanigans that they're currently taking on to the airport to strangle it.
And where do you think the FAA is on this? What are we going to see from them next?
Well, they still have 2 Part 16 complaints. There's 2 federal lawsuits. One was remanded from the Ninth Circuit back down to the district court, where AOPA has filed a motion to intervene in that case to have a seat at the table. And we'll also be filing briefs in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals on another part of the city's allegation that they don't have to keep the airport open and it's their property.
Okay, Bill, thanks.
You bet.
Thanks for updating us on that. Lots more to come out here from Santa Monica, of course. But Santa Monica has a rich history at the intersection of aviation and entertainment. Hollywood just a few miles up the road. And there's a new movie that centers on aviator and eccentric rich guy Howard Hughes. Rules Don't Apply is the name of the movie. It stars Warren Beatty. It's a romantic comedy, but it features some historic footage of Hughes' iconic airplanes, not the least of which, of course, is the Spruce Goose. AOPA Live's Paul Harrop caught up with its current caretakers for a visit to that massive machine.
In the woods of Oregon, there is something big.
Really, really big.
It lives inside this building, sometimes hiding in plain sight.
It's fun when you come through the door, because a lot of people will say, I'm here to see the Spruce Goose, where is it? Well, when you come through the door, all you can see is the gray wall, and that's the airplane. Until they look up and then they see the wing, and it's like, oh, it's the wing.
But there's nothing mysterious about this majestic machine, but its size is mind-boggling.
Well, the wings are 320 foot from tip to tip, and it's so big you can't really see that it's an airplane till you back up and kind of look up to see where it is.
The largest airplane ever built is open for you to come look through it.
It was built starting in 1943 and finished up enough to fly in 1947. It flew on the 2nd of November 1947, and even then wasn't done. There were several things that needed to be finished afterwards, and that was done. Mr. Hughes kept it in seclusion until he died in 1976, and actually 3 years beyond that.
The reclusive Howard Hughes spent $1 million a year to keep this gargantuan in flying condition. Today, it sits as a time capsule. The flight deck improved a bit from the time of the first flight, but left just the way Hughes had directed it. Its birch construction, not spruce, means the airplane is resistant to rot, but the size of this flying boat presents challenges in upkeep.
We get a lot of dust in here, so we got to dust it every once in a while. And you can't really walk on it, so you have to get a bucket up and blow it off and use long-handled brushes to take care of it.
A dedicated team of volunteer docents are ready to take you through the airplane and surrounding museums.
This is another one of those places where you can get the $100 hamburger, okay? If you fly in across the street at McMinnville Muni, we'll pick you up and bring you over here.
Flying makes the world feel smaller, but standing next to the Spruce Goose, everything feels that way. At the Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum in McMinnville, Oregon, Paul Harrop, AOPA Live.
Wow, to think that that massive bird just flew a few miles south of here from where we're standing down in Long Beach Harbor. We'll have more from here in California a little later in the show. Melissa?
Thanks, Tom. And speaking of movies and aviation, just in time for the holidays, an aviation-related documentary is out on demand and DVD. Right Footed tells the inspiring story of Jessica Cox. You may remember she was born without arms, but she never let that stop her. Jessica has accomplished many things, including becoming a sport pilot. She flies an air coupe, and the DVD is available on the film's official website. You can also find it on your favorite streaming platform. When we come back, a big win for pilots near New York City. The Hudson River is back open again for flight. We've got details, plus changing young lives with scholarships.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. That means the world to me.
There are many important things to consider before purchasing an aircraft. Let the experts at Aerospace Reports help guide you through the process. We combine expert knowledge with our long-standing commitment to personalized customer service to perfect your transaction. Learn more at aerospacereports.com.
Welcome back. Do you know a good mechanic? If you do, they deserve some recognition. The General Aviation Awards honor top aviation techs, CFIs, and FAA safety team representatives. Now is your chance to nominate someone for the awards. Winners are selected at the local, regional, and national levels. Find all of the info and the nomination forms on the General Aviation Awards website. And good news for helicopter owners. The FAA has granted an STC for installation of the Garmin GTX 345 and 335 transponders in more than 60 helicopter models. You can get the complete details and the STC list on our website. And a new feature for the AOPA online flight planner. The planner now works with the Garmin Pilot app on iOS devices. You'll need to have the latest version installed from the App Store, and remember, the flight planner is free to AOPA members. Find it on the website.
And back out here in California, we're looking across the country at a big win for pilots. The Hudson River near New York City will stay open to general aviation traffic. It was a team effort. AOPA worked with the FAA's Systems Operations Security Team, who in turn worked with the Secret Service. The resulting TFR allows traffic up and down the river once again. AOPA has a video on how to fly the Hudson safely. Just search Flying the Hudson on our website. Hey, when we come back, a glider add-on rating can be a lot of fun and really help a powered pilot sharpen stick and rudder skills. We follow a pilot through the process. Plus, they're still in high school, but already getting a big step ahead, the phone calls that change lives with flight training scholarships.
Oh my gosh, like it just means everything.
AOPA Live This Week continues.
Purchasing your own aircraft is an exciting experience. AOPA Finance simplifies the process, saving you money with lower interest rates and hassle-free loans, so you get into your new aircraft sooner. AOPA Finance, the right approach to buying an aircraft.
Welcome back. Sometimes dreams really do come true. All of us at AOPA love working here and we love what we do. But some days in the office really shine. Our cameras were rolling during one of those times, calling teenage flight training scholarship winners and letting them know that they just won $5,000 towards a private pilot certificate.
And I wanted to let you know that you're one of our winners of our $5,000 high school flight training scholarship.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
What do you think about that?
Sorry, I'm crying right now.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I mean, it's not great you're crying, but great that you're happy. What does this mean to you?
Oh my gosh, like it just means everything because, you know, I have this dream to fly, but, you know, financial aid is just something I need to, in order to accomplish that. So this is awesome. I mean,
congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, you deserve it. Well deserved.
Well, yeah, definitely well deserved. We are so proud of you and all that you've accomplished already, and I know this $5,000 is going to help you go on to do great things.
I've always had two passions. It was one, I like building and crafting things, and then two, I like being a pilot. I really like flying.
Excellent.
And so, just thank you guys so much for giving me this opportunity to pursue my dreams.
I truly feel like this is a game changer for a lot of students. To be able to give them $5,000 towards their private pilot certificate is really a dream of mine come true. To see these kids actually fulfill that dream earlier in their life, just because we're able to fund a major part of their private pilot certificate and help give them career-ready skills so they can pursue whatever area of aviation they want, is just awesome. It's so powerful.
I love that enthusiasm, and getting young folks into aviation is really important. Cindy Hasselbring is Senior Director of the AOPA High School Aviation Initiative. It's part of the You Can Fly program we told you about last week.
Congratulations to those kids. It must be a great way to kick off your flight training. Hey, you know, as pilots, it's always good to take on new challenges to keep us sharp. AOPA Live's Josh Cochran takes a look at one way to do that, getting a glider add-on.
There's no experience in aviation like flying a glider.
If you're flying free, it's almost silent. You hear a little whish of the air. You feel the thermals when you come into them. It's like getting a kick in the butt. A good pilot can climb to the top of the lift and go and find another one and stay up indefinitely.
That experience is what brought AOPA Director of Flight Training Initiatives, Chris Moser, to Seminole Lake Gliderport just to the west of Orlando. Chris is working on his glider add-on. He started flying gliders, but didn't get a chance to finish.
I eventually got my instrument and my commercial and my instructor ratings, and then I even flew professionally for a while. But in the back of my mind, I always wanted to go back and finish that glider rating.
For powered pilots, getting a glider add-on is fairly easy. You need 10 instructional flights, 10 solo flights, and then you can take the FAA check ride.
Depending on the weather and the availability, sometimes you can get your add-on in 2 or 3 days.
Learning to fly gliders will make you a better powered pilot too.
It does teach you an awful lot that flying a conventional airplane will not teach you. The throttle gets you out of trouble. In flying a glider, this keeps you out of trouble.
Situational awareness in the glider is very important, and this is something that we stress all the time. When we release from tow, the first thing is, where are we? You must always know where you are when you're flying the glider.
If you are already a glider pilot looking to go to the next level, Sasha Marvin will teach you how to fly aerobatics at Seminole Lake.
You're performing aerobatics like a bird. No engine, no sound. And there's some moments, like on the top of a stall turn, that it's like the perfect moment. No gravity, no sound, no speed. And you just think that you're in heaven.
Seminole Lake is just one of many places where you can learn to fly gliders, but Chris had a great experience here.
We got a really friendly staff here. They joke around, they kid around, but they're also really good at what they do. So all that together, this has been a great place to train.
Chris hopes this is just the beginning of his experience flying gliders.
My hope is that I get back up to the Mid-Atlantic, up to near where I live, and there are a couple of glider clubs up there, so I'll go check those out and likely go join one of those and hopefully start flying gliders. And I'd hope to, in the future, once I get a little bit of experience, add on my glider instructor to my CFI certificate.
With the beautiful views and new challenges, learning to fly a glider is an experience not to miss. Josh Cochran, AOPA Live.
Well, congratulations, Chris. Sounds like quite an experience. You can learn more about getting a glider add-on rating at Seminole Lake Glider Port at the URL on your screen. And that's it from the West Coast. We'll have more coverage from our trip out here next week. Melissa, back to you.
Thanks, Tom. We look forward to seeing it, and we hope you'll join us then for another AOPA Live this week. We leave you with some more video of aerobatic soaring over Florida.